Hi, hello. What the hell was that? Hi, hello, how are you? So today, we're going to be hopping on the bandwagon. A bunch of content creators on Twitter have been sharing their opinions on certain fast food restaurants and ranking them on a tier list system. We're going to be doing the exact same thing here. So, let's get into this. So here we are. They have a website for this. It's tiermaker.com, and they have the fast food restaurant tier list on here. I believe this is a different tier list than some of the other lists that other people have done, but I mean, it's got pretty much a lot of the same stuff on it. It's just missing some different things. But this was the first option that came up when I Googled fast food tier list. So this is the one we're going to do. As you can see, there are already some options put on this very bottom tier with the question marks. Everything that is on that tier is either stuff that I have never had or I have no idea what it is. Like, for example, Zaxby's or whatever this, I don't know what it says, but all I can see is Elon or Checkers. No idea what that is. I've never had that in my life. But also, I've never had White Castle, Whataburger, Wetzel's Pretzels, Raisin Canes. But we've got all these options here, so we're gonna rank these. These are my personal listings for these restaurants. We're just gonna go from the top all the way until we hit the end, which is Wendy's. All right, so first we've got Arby's. We've got personal favorite, S tier, A tier, B, C, D, and F. Where do I think Arby's goes? I've had Arby's a good amount of times. All right, they got curly fries. Curly fries are always a plus, in my opinion. Their sliders are a great road snack. All right. I've played a lot of shows where I had to do like long distance driving and stuff like that, like all the way like to the coasts. Drives take a couple days, but Arby's sliders, those are pretty good for the road. So because of that and that experience, I'm gonna give Arby's a solid B tier. I think Arby's it's a good choice. I wouldn't go out of my way for it, but Arby's is still a solid choice. A&W, we're gonna put that at a C. All I know of A&W is that it's sometimes connected to Long John Silver's, and I've only ever had the root beer, so we're gonna give it a C tier. Burger King. Listen. All right, Burger King, you've done some things. All right, it was International Women's Day earlier this week, and Burger King UK's Twitter account, they did something bad. They did something real wrong. All right, so unfortunately, that is going to affect the score for Burger King. So because of that tweet and recent events that happened this week, that is going to affect Burger King's score. So I'm going to have to give it an F tier. All right. Probably going to want to rethink who's running your social media accounts and stuff. But I'm not saying that Burger King has to stay at an F tier forever. All right. They can work their way back up, but let's move on. Next up, we got Chick-Fil-A, another shady company. All right. They've done some pretty bad stuff in the past. Taking these things into account, that will affect their score. I gotta admit though, they do have good chicken. All right, and their lemonade is pretty good. They also have waffle fries, which is a solid choice for a fry. Honestly, that might be my favorite form of fry, is waffle. Actually, that's a lie. Smiley fries are the best form of fries, but waffle is a very close second. Even though they've got that good stuff going for them, because of past events, gonna affect the score. So I'll give them a D tier. All right, if it weren't for the bad things, they'd probably be a good C, maybe even a B. All right, but with that said, Chick-fil-A's getting a D tier. Next up, we got Chipotle, otherwise known as Shitpotle. Same reputation as Taco Bell. All right, Chipotle can give you bubble guts, the rumbly tumblies. Listen, it's been a long time since I've had Chipotle, but I do have fond memories of my first time having Chipotle. All right, I was in a summer program called Upward Bound, and I had a friend, his name was Dakota. He loved Chipotle. All right. He was like, what do you think about Chipotle? And I was like, I've never had Chipotle. And then he was like, we're going to Chipotle. And I went there and I got a big ass burrito, and oh, that was good. But again, only had Chipotle a good couple of times. I've had Qdoba more than I've had Chipotle, which I don't think is on this list. I would put Qdoba probably above Chipotle just because I've had it more. So I'm gonna give Chipotle a solid C tier. All right, because Chipotle starts with a C. We're gonna roll with that. Next up, we got Cinnabon. Ooh, don't even get me started on Cinnabon. Cinnabon and like, you know, Krispy Kreme and Dunkin Donuts, these are sweets places. All right, you go here for sweets and donuts. All right, Cinnabon specifically, you go there for cinnamon rolls, but they've got some banger cinnamon rolls. I actually had one recently. They give you it in this little to-go box, and they tell you to microwave it. And oh man, when I tell you about just the nice, soft, warm, moist creaminess of this cinnamon roll that I put in my mouth, oh god, I'm getting a little warm just thinking about it. Cinnabon is probably a solid A tier for me. All right, yeah, because I would definitely choose Cinnabon over Arby's. So that's gonna be our first A tier placement, is Cinnabon, just because, oh, their cinnamon rolls. Cinnamon rolls are so good, so good. All right, first A tier goes to Cinnabon. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Next up, we got Jimmy John's, JJ's. Listen, let me tell ya. Again, Jimmy John's. Jimmy John, the man, not the greatest guy, all right? But I don't think I've ever been upset or disappointed in Jimmy John's. Their sandwiches are all good, all right? I prefer getting my sandwiches on the wheat bread. I mean, even without bread, you know, like the unwiches are solid, man. Jimmy John's also gets an A placement, all right? Solid sandwiches. I've had a lot of Jimmy John's over the years. Absolutely solid. Plus, they got Coke products, all right? If you got Coke products, probably it's immediately gonna more than likely bump you up a tier, if not bring you really, really close to going up a tier. All right, moving on. Next up, we got Dairy Queen. Listen, I've said listen a lot. Dairy Queen, also solid. Not to mention, especially the one in my hometown. I don't know if they all have them. I'm gonna assume they do because it's, you know, the latest technology in soft drinks. But they've got a Coke Freestyle that immediately there. If you have a Coke Freestyle, that's for sure getting you up a tier. I personally always go for a chicken strip basket. The chicken strip basket with the gravy, dude. If you're not getting gravy with your chicken strip basket, what the f are you even doing? Like, why? Who are you? You gotta get the gravy with the chicken strips, all right? You're just ruining the chicken strips by that point. With the ranch, the Dairy Queen branded ranch, awful. Absolutely the worst ranch I've ever had. It's like miscolored. I don't like it. It doesn't taste right either. And then obviously DQ is known for their blizzards. Blizzards are pretty good, all right? I can't have any more than a mini, maybe a small. Anything more than that, I can't finish it, all right? I don't really do well with sweets. I don't really eat sweets a whole lot. I don't go out of my way to seek out sweets. I know I gave Cinnabon an A tier earlier, but I mean, if it's given to me, like if someone gives me a blizzard or offers me a blizzard, I'm gonna say no. Well, I might say no depending on how full I am and the mood I'm in. But I mean, if I'm in the mood for a blizzard, I'm gonna take a blizzard. So because of that, I want to put it at a B, but I said it has a Coke Freestyle, so that automatically bumps it up a tier. So I think I'm gonna have to give Dairy Queen an A tier. It's spiritually a beer. It's spiritually a B. Wait, no, I think the other way around. It's spiritually an A, actually a B. Okay, there we go. That's what we got. So Dunkin Donuts. Listen, I've only had Dunkin twice, I think, and it was when I was in Colorado, staying and hanging out with my uncle and the rest of my family, both going to and from shows. Dunkin is automatically getting an S tier, actually. Dunkin is awesome. Let me explain why. Like I said, I only had Dunkin twice in my life. All right, I knew nothing about Dunkin. I always heard about Dunkin. Never had Dunkin until I had Dunkin. Let me tell you, the chai lattes with the jelly-filled donut holes. Listen, I said I'm not a big guy on sweets, but if you throw chai lattes, and even more so if you throw jelly-filled donuts my way, health is off the table. I will demolish jelly-filled donuts until I die or have a stroke. Those jelly-filled, seriously, those jelly-filled donut holes, those, oh. I don't know if the ice they're using isn't completely real, because I remember the first time that I got a drink from there, I finished my drink and then I just set the cup aside, and then it was like 2 hours later and the ice was still in there. It was still as big as when they scooped it and then dumped it into the cup. So I don't know what's going on there. They got the same thing going on as Wendy's, but I'm giving Dunkin the first S tier because, oh man, if I had a Dunkin here, I'd be going there all the time. It's so good, so good. Five Guys burgers and fries. Listen, Five Guys, people have their opinions on Five Guys, all right? You always hear the constant debate of Five Guys versus Jack in the Box versus In-N-Out. I've never had Jack in the Box or In-N-Out. Personally, for In-N-Out, I feel like it's a hyped up West Coast kind of thing. I had an old coworker of mine, you know, and he's from California, so I asked him about In-N-Out, and I was like, is it really that good, or is it just kind of like blown out of proportion? And if I remember correctly, I could be fabricating this memory, I'm pretty sure he agreed with me saying that In-N-Out isn't like super great, but because it's like, you know, like a West Coast thing, that people just love it because it's what they have out there. So to any of you In-N-Out fans that I might have just offended, sorry. But for me, Five Guys, I've had some good times with Five Guys. All right, I mean, once you put Five Guys into the equation, yeah, you're in for a good time. Their burgers are great. They give you every fry that was ever created. Whenever you get Five Guys, they just be like, what size fry do you want? And you're like, I'll take a small. And you're like, okay. They take out like a whole like snow shovel, dump it in the fries, throw it in the bag, and they're like, all right, there you go, half your bag's full. And then once you're elbow deep into your fries, you'll feel the actual cup that is for the small fries, and they're like, all right, there you go, there's your small fry. But their milkshakes are really good. All right, and let me tell you, as a lactose intolerant man, the gas that I had on the drive home, I thought I was gonna die. I was in like a gas chamber the entire time. Didn't roll my windows down. It was awful, but well worth it. All right, I had a peanut butter milkshake. Excellent milkshake. I am always satisfied by Five Guys. Five Guys makes me feel good. I'd probably rank Five Guys in A tier. Yeah, I think that's right. Plus, they have Coke Freestyles. In that case, an A tier feels a little more appropriate, because I was thinking about ranking it a B, but it has a Coke Freestyle, so that bumps it up a tier. So A tier. Yeah, I think an A tier is appropriate for Five Guys. Next up, we got Hardee's, otherwise known as Carl's Jr. in some places. I'm gonna have to give Hardee's a D tier. All right, I've had it before, but really nothing special. The only reason I remember it is because the burgers were small. Other than that, nothing phenomenal about it. Next up, we got KFC. Listen, when I was younger, KFC was awesome, right? The amount of popcorn chicken that I ate could kill a man. It could kill me now, all right? Even after I learned of like the horrible truth on how popcorn chicken is made and the treatment of chicken by KFC, I still demolished popcorn chicken. However, there is a chicken place coming up on this list that blows KFC out of the water. So I'm gonna have to give KFC an F tier. Sorry, to me, KFC is the worst chicken place. I'm sorry, that's just the hard truth. And if that upsets you, get out of here. All right, this is the truth. F tier it is. Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme, I feel, is a staple of a name. Everyone knows who Krispy Kreme is. They've got good donuts, but even more so, if you were around in like 2011, 2012, when you think of Krispy Kreme, you think of a little bit of a shorter guy who was trying to be a rapper, and in your head you think to yourself, Krispy Kreme 2012, cause I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. That's okay, Beyonce, I think you're cute too. That's what I think of when I hear Krispy Kreme. While they do have good donuts, I do feel like their reputation is a little blown out of proportion, so I'm gonna give Krispy Kreme a C tier. All right, Long John Silver's. Do I need to say any more? Next up, we've got a tried and true legend of fast food. And listen, McDonald's. Me and my friends call it, we like to call it McDick, all right? I've been getting McDick for a long time, all right? And getting McDick all my life. Can never go wrong with McDick, all right? McDick treats you right. But in all seriousness, McDonald's, in my opinion, and probably in a lot of people's opinions, is probably one of the front runners of fast food. They're everywhere. They're all over the world. Their fries are excellent, especially when you get them fresh. Big Mac, I mean, when you hear McDonald's, at some point you think Big Mac. Big Macs are pretty good, all right? Plus their nuggets, those spicy nuggets, all right? I did my little mukbang like video where I was eating those spicy nuggets. I ate 20 of them. Oh man, oh yeah. Plus bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle. It sucks that the pandemic took away bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles from my McDonald's all-day menu, and that might be a nationwide or a worldwide thing. I'm actually unsure, but a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle is probably one of the greatest breakfast items on any menu anywhere. Not to mention, I can't even count the amount of times that I have had a large iced coffee. It's so good. Sometimes it's better than others. All right, sometimes people aren't so, you know, stingy with the cream and the stuff that makes it good. It's nice and sweet and wanted in my mouth. But even when it doesn't have enough of that sweet goodness in it, I'm still gonna drink it. I'm still gonna enjoy it, and it's gonna give me the caffeine, the energy I need to get through the day. All right, so I'm giving McDonald's an S tier. All right, had McDonald's many times, and I've only been, you know, disappointed by it a good handful of times, but pretty much every time I go get McDonald's, I'm always satisfied. All right, I might feel like shit afterwards, but I'm satisfied, and that's what an S tier is all about. All right, it's all about satisfaction. That's why it's an S tier, for satisfaction. Next up, we've got Panda Express. I actually only recently started getting into Panda Express this year. Well, last year, technically. It's just so good. Their to-go boxes, they're excellent, especially like when you get those rice bowls. All right, it's like a perfectly sized container. Also, I've got my fortune for the day. A recent discovery will bring about great friendship in bed. So looking forward to that. Don't know what the discovery is going to be, but can't go wrong with a great friendship in bed. But Panda Express, I've only been consuming it more, like I said, recently within the past few months. I have absolutely been loving it. So I'm gonna give Panda Express an A tier, solid A tier. Plus they have Coke products, that gets you bonus brownie points in my book. So Panda Express, a strong A. I'd give it an A plus, maybe even an S minus, but not high enough to put it in an S tier. But it is a very solid choice. Panera Bread is what we've got next. I'm gonna have to give Panera, I think, a D tier. All right, just because I don't really remember, only than like the BLT turkey sandwich. I don't remember anything else that I've ever had from Panera. So because of that, I think it deserves a D tier in my book. All right, if you like Panera, that's good. You're probably way healthier than I am. I have McDonald's in an S tier, so obviously I don't need to explain any further why this is my decision. Next up, we've got Popeyes. Listen, you wanted to know why KFC ended up in an F tier? It's because Popeyes is the best fast food chicken on the market, hands down. All right, when the first time I took a bite of that spicy chicken sandwich, which was only maybe about a year and a half ago, that blew my nuts to space and back. The sandwich was so good, but not to mention, every time I go to Popeyes, I always get a 5-piece spicy chicken tender meal with 2 sides. All right, sometimes I like to switch it up. All right, their rice is very good. I always got to get the Cajun fries, and you always have to get the sweet heat sauce. No other sauce exists in my mind at Popeyes. I actually couldn't even tell you what any of the other sauces are. Sweet heat is the only thing that exists in my tiny little monkey mind. Popeyes is my personal favorite. All right, well, one of my personal favorites. All right, we'll get to that later. But for me, Popeyes is just so good. Love that chicken from Popeyes, and boy, do I. Next, we have Sonic. Listen, can't stop saying it. I can't stop saying it. All right, that might have to be a drinking game throughout this video. Drink every time that I say listen, because I've said it before pretty much every single thing that I've talked about. But Sonic, I've gone to Sonic a decent amount of times. For some reason, I can only ever think of like the drinks. By that logic, would mean that it deserves a D tier, because if it's not something I really remember that well, then it gets a D tier automatically. However, Sonic is one of the few restaurants that has the good ice. You know the ones I'm talking about, right? The ones that come, they're like a little ball shape, kind of looks like little tiny pieces of hail in your drink. Sonic's got that good ice. All right, so because of that, they are getting bumped up a tier to a C tier. So Sonic's getting a C. Subway. Listen, there's nothing wrong with Subway. Subway is good. If you want a sandwich that you want to design to the T, every single ingredient that you want, Subway is for you. Plus, if you want a nice good toasted sandwich, Subway's the way to go. All right. But I couldn't even tell you the last time I went to Subway. I'm going to give Subway a B tier. All right. Just because I've had good times. One of my exes actually used to work at a Subway. And now maybe Subway belongs here. Now that I think about that. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Next up, another absolute legend when it comes to fast food. We got Taco Bell. All right. Taco Bell. Taco Bell's getting another personal favorite. All right. Taco Bell. Excellent. Excellent. I've never been disappointed in Taco Bell, and actually Taco Bell gave me one of the most memorable fast food moments of my life. All right, me and my friends, after playing D&D, we'd make a trip. We'd go to this one that was open. It was the one that was open the latest, and it was always they closed at like 3 a.m. By the time we got there, it'd be like 2:30 or something. I remember one time, it was when the orange cream, I think it was orange cream. It was orange, I know that. It was an orange freeze that was like a limited time menu item that they had, and I really wanted to get one. So we were going through drive-through, and I went to get an orange freeze, and they were like, cool, we'll get that ready for you. We pull up to the window. I'm getting ready to hand them my card to pay, and they're like, yeah, so we ran out of orange freeze halfway through filling up the cup, so we filled the other half with Baja Blast freeze. Is that okay? And I said, yeah, sure, that's fine. All right, I pay for my thing. We pull up to a parking spot, and we get all our food out and ready, and I pull out this, what I can only describe as a heavenly item granted to me by the angels and gods themselves. This perfect Baja green, you know the color, orange swirl. And it's the most beautiful thing that I have ever seen, and probably have seen to this day. But this thing looked amazing, and let me tell you, it tasted even better. It was total accident. It was maybe even an act of God. I mean, ever since, anytime I've gotten a freeze and I was going through drive-through and I had the option to do it, I always made the request of having a freeze of half Baja and half orange while it was still on the menu. I told them, I don't care what the price difference is. I'll pay more if I have to do this. I just need it done, because this was literally the single greatest thing that I have ever eaten. And Taco Bell, I almost said Taco John's, I apologize, that would have been sacrilege. Jesus. Taco Bell, if you ever see this, if you need a new menu item idea, bring back the orange freeze, or any flavor, really, any new flavor and existing flavors. Start doing freeze swirls. All right, I'm gonna tell you, you guys are gonna make millions, because this is literally the greatest thing I've ever had to this day. It was so good. But enough of that tangent. All right, Taco Bell, you're a personal favorite for me. An absolute god tier place to eat. All right, every single time I go to Taco Bell, it's always a memorable experience. All right, because nothing is quite like that 20-minute shit that I have to take seconds after finishing all of my food. It's the greatest place to eat on this earth. I love it. So good. Next up, we got Wendy's. They got square burgers. It's going there for me. All right, and I'm not going to explain why. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have my fast food tier list. Looking over it, not gonna lie, it's a solid list. I'm very happy with this, actually. This is great. I'm glad that this is a thing that's been going on. All right, I've been looking for alternative video ideas for the channel, and this was a nice, more personal thing for us to do. I know this is a gaming channel, more so than not, but I mean, I gotta say, videos like this is kind of fun. This is my list. Let me know what you guys think. Anything that should be higher or lower than what I placed it, leave me a comment and let me know. All right, I would also love to see your guys' tier list and what you guys think all these fast food places would rank. So if you would like to, go ahead and follow me on social media down there, specifically on Twitter. Go ahead and tweet me what your food tier list is. I would love to see it. All right, but there it is. There we have it, the Kobe Jordan fast food tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed. Had a lot of fun with this. It was nice to go back and relive some amazing memories that I've had with these fast food places. That's gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.